Friends, it is Thursday, January 6, 2022. And we are in our VPC, Daily Video Devotional Series. It accompanies, these video devotionals are kind of a companion for some of you that can't get in or get these easily or just prefer the videos to written devotionals. And so they're not quite the same, but there's a relationship between the days in the devotional and the topics that we look at in these videos. And today we are going to look again at Deuteronomy chapter 6, verses 10 and 11. These are verses which we have gone over in a longer passage earlier in the week, but we're going to look at them today. When the Lord your God has brought you into the land that he swore to your ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to give you, a land with these beautiful cities that you didn't build and houses with all kinds of things in them that you didn't fill, you didn't buy and purchase and decorate your house with, cisterns you didn't dig, and vineyards and olive groves you didn't plant, and you've eaten your fill. Do not forget the Lord. We recounted yesterday that God is known through his benefits. So as we remember God's benefits, we are actually getting in touch with him. We're actually calling him to mind, opening our hearts to the reality of his presence. And I think there's also a immediate difference in the way we look at the world, because when we begin to remember how we've been blessed in the past, we suddenly are able to see how we're being blessed in the present. So it changes our daily experience moment to moment. This is quite an extraordinary thing, but you will know that our capacity to pay attention to things varies a lot. And I'll give you an example. For instance, when you purchase a car, suddenly every car that's exactly like yours you notice on the highway. Isn't that amazing? My first car was a little British MG, and it was funny. I didn't realize till I bought one for $500 that it was like joining a club. There were so few of them, and they were such tiny, eccentric little cars at the time that every owner of an MG would wave to every other owner when they passed them on the road. I wonder, why are all these people waving to me? Well, they noticed right away that I was in a car like theirs, and they waved. It's kind of fun. Well, this is an example of the way suddenly our perception can be awakened, and we now never miss a car like ours. You know, we see everything, and when we awaken ourselves through recalling the blessings that God has given us, suddenly we begin to notice moment to moment, begin to look at the people of our lives as blessing, the gift of their presence. That small gesture that they give, that reassuring word, feels like a wonderful blessing to us, and we're grateful for it. It changes the way we interact with others. And so God gets very practical with the Israelites, this funny list of things. He says, those cities you didn't build. Every time you'd come home to a city and go through the gates, you could think, wow, isn't it amazing that we're here? Thank the Lord for the promised land. And those houses, you come in and out of your house every day, multiple times. Well, every time you come in and out, it's a chance to remember and to give thanks. And the blessing, the original blessing of the land, becomes a present-day blessing. Same thing with the water you drink out of your well, or the grapes that you take from your vineyards and turn into Chateau David, or Chateau James, or Chateau Mary. If you're a winemaker, think of yourselves in the fields of Napa. Have a mental image of that. Every time you toast someone, you think, a precious gift of God. It's about putting this practice of gratitude into the moments of our daily lives. And I wonder what today in your day will be a divine blessing. Let's take a minute and pray. Lord, open our eyes today to the things that you will do around us. Help us to see the things that are beautiful and true and good. Help us to notice the moments of preservation and rescue if they come from temptation, small or large. Help us to be aware of the gift of homes and material blessings and spiritual insights that you'll give us today, and most of all, relationships. We ask all these things in your Son's great name. Amen.